let's see what we have tonight. We have, just points and goals summary from last week and some new ideas. We have basically 10 things. I was able to do a transcription and add that to the posting on YouTube. We are content driven. 2 is purpose is music proficiency, and the focus on that proficiency is mine. And secondarily, it's yours. It's about sharing my proficiency journey. 4 is we have a need for music theory to reach the best proficiency. And then 5 is muscle memory, passion, ear training, and arrangements is how I've been able to get to where I am today. 6, legitimizing my musician self. It's a big thing for me. I feel like I'm usually an imposter. There's a syndrome associated with that, and I feel like I'm not legitimately a musician. And if you tag along, I will gladly bring you with me. That would be number 7. 8 was download a video editor, and that has been difficult. I have not done that. And if you have any suggestions, put them below in the comments, and I'll take a look at those. But I did go out shopping, and it's just a confusing mess. I'd like to get Pro Tools, but they say that it's an engineering level software, and so I might have to find something similar. I will progress on audio and video learning curves, so that's been difficult to do too, and you will get additional weekly content. So in order to get content, one of my ideas was I took a little trip out shopping and came up with books very similar to what I used to play out of. Spent a little bit, went to One-Stop Shopping. They were very helpful. I got things like, I don't know if you can see this, alternate tuning guide, blues guitar chord reference, but more importantly than those, I sort of mainlined in things like music fundamentals, because it's kind of where I need to be, is fundamentals. There's a bunch of these. Here, let's just pick up a few of these and take a look. Maybe you've got some like this. Teach yourself finger picking guitar. Yes, that's there. There's absolute beginner guitar. No mystery there. Rhythm guitar, the complete guide. Another, since I do finger pick, you can teach yourself finger picking guitar. Fast forward for slide guitar. I happen to have a slide guitar here we might look at in a minute. Chords and scales for guitarists. And many of these have an accompanying CD in them. So here's a guitar for grade 8, which is, I managed to make it through with woodwinds grade 9. And so that was fun. And then we have the last few here. Guitar Method Book 1. It also has a CD. Who's the author on that? It's called Progressive by Gary Turner and Benton White. Never heard of them. Hope that's okay. Just have never heard of them. Fast Track Bass 1 and 2. I do have a little side gig I do on a regular basis playing the bass, and this book got me that. So that's pretty good. We can go through that. Here's beginning folk guitar, where most people like to start, and of course the attendant chord chart. Let's put that proper, like that. And of course I have future goals. Alfred's mandolin course, that's for me. A fellow that I'd love to be able to play his style is Django Reinhardt. I have lots of his recordings. Here's Progressive Rhythm Guitar. It's also a CD set. And many people just want to do campfire work, and this will be quite extensive. So that's kind of what was the magic I was talking about in people being able to learn. The final magic is when I do feel like I've legitimized sort of to a certain level, I will go get musical instruction from a licensed instructor. And this fella comes recommended to me, and we'll go over that later. So that kind of brings me to the idea of how it works is community, people commenting back, developing a forum where we can actually ask questions and share solutions, and get comment from each other on persevering. I find that when I'm responsible to check in with someone, it's approaching midnight here now, I will get the job done on the day said. And so it's been a week, and we're doing this. Also, I had some guitars in the shop. I went to pick those up. This is a Guild Jumbo Junior is what it's called. And I requested that it be modified, a new nut put on it. Bought it brand new, but I wanted the original sound system. It's got a sound system. I wanted that scrapped and something nice. I've got a K&K installed in here now, and it's quite nice. It gets used a lot in Nashville. Some people call it Nashville tuning. You have a fellow play the part on a standard guitar, and then you have him track also, or maybe play with at the same time. A fellow plays alongside, and you get really sort of a punchy 12-string effect, but it's brighter and it's immediately distanced. It goes pretty good. I had some buzzing with this Taylor 214 CE, so I gave it to a friend of mine, excellent luthier, manager of repair for one of the larger chains. So he's really quite good, and he kept it for 6 months to try and find a buzz right about the C note on the D string. For those of you who don't know where all the things are, notes and stuff, we'll learn the neck together. But so some days it was there and some days it wasn't. Currently we think it's due to extremes in humidity. And so I've taken the capo off, and you can maybe hear that it's unplayable. And I've looked up a Gold Star recommended repair shop here, and I'll turn this in probably this week, so we can follow that along and see what it takes to bring this virtually unplayed brand new Taylor into playable condition. Got nice tone. So that's kind of, don't have a lot for you. Want some comments back from you, if you could be so kind. I can recommend a really good book about music philosophy here. This is Victor Wooten's The Music Lesson, and I read it. It's a fictional account of one person's journey into getting better. He was already good, but he needed that extra something, and he needed to play. I think it was in Nashville, is the setting, and he meets a mentor on the street of great color and character, uh, um, thoroughly enjoyable. And Victor writes a really good book. Um, might spiritual search for growth through music might follow this kind of pattern in your own playing. So, should I play something? Well, maybe that's a good idea. Here, let's. This is like all of this is unrehearsed. I don't practice for this stuff yet. Now we'll use the other guitar. There we go. Let's talk about this first. This is, I hope every one of you goes and finds some version of this, whether it's on your app on your phone. I have a whole episode planned on this. It's about a lot of the people that I follow on the internet say that you should spend a lot of time playing with your metronome. And it has a lot of uses, and I've got one and I use it. But I'm also an expressive player. And there's some good classical videos online that we'll look at. I'll recommend and put links in, and not yet, but we will have the links to them, where classical composers are compared to the actual stock, the notation. And there's a point in time where changing your meter expressively as you move through your piece, retardo, all of those, there's kind of a, it will be me actually, never mind. Let's just figure if I can play this here and try and demonstrate. Which is probably enough for tonight. Don't want to get too excited. Okay, so there. Here. We'll figure all that out. The comment I want to leave you with is I can't write that. I really want to be able to write that, so that it's not legitimized, but so that I have something to look at, so that I can play it closer to the same every time. And then this timing issue, it's nice to have a nice emotional, slow lead on. What do they call those? Don't even know what the words are for those. But all of these guitars have their story, and it's something we'll go through. What's that fell on the ground? What is this? Oh, look. This is the original receipt from Bronstein Music from Gibson in 19... Oh, let's see, what was that? This is my dad's guitar. I bought this for my dad as a birthday present. This is 4/25, 1987. And he had never had another guitar. It kind of runs in the family. This is the one that I learned on, and that was his. And it was so hard to play. I sent it to a place, shall be nameless, and said, could you just take it apart and put it back together? They were builders of guitars. They said they could, and we'll go into what they did and didn't do at another time, but that's when it became nearly unplayable. It doesn't have a truss rod. It's the 48 Washburn. This was very interesting. We paid a good amount for it at the time. It's came factory electrified, and now it's a slide guitar. A good friend of mine who has a music repair business, Basement Strings, Kevin Olson, set it up so that I could use it as a slide. We really won't go into that today, but all the years that I've owned this, every 10 years or so, I try to go to someone good, and he's good, but I didn't ask him to fix it because I'd been to so many people who refused to work on this. The neck has a twist. And they said, well, we'd have to take the frets off. We'd have to, plane the twist out of it. And even then, it might not ever stabilize. So, and the original price was not worth working on the guitar because of the loss of stability if it was made with wood that wasn't properly aged. So, I don't know where it was made. There we go. Let's not diss a foreign country. But, it's a pack rim, and it just doesn't have, it's been 87. How many years is that? 97, 2007, 1730. Yeah, it's coming up on 30 plus years. Maybe it's stable now. I don't know. But I'll take that out and have that done. Then there's this. We'll finish with this. This is not playable either. Two-piece back. Nice. Don't think you can see it. Slot head, Martin 12. I took the strings down last week to take the tension off of it. It'll sort of play, but going to take it into one of the other authorized dealers in our local metro district and see if it needs a neck reset and a pick guard installed. So yeah, there's a couple more in the back room. There's an old Harmony Monterey. There's the 1890. Some people call it it's a lore. I don't know if it's a lore or not. And then there's my bass guitar, and then over in the corner I've got a Taylor prototype electric, kind of like a Les Paul sort of standard, and we'll get into all of those things. I want to thank you for hanging with me tonight. Getting all of this stuff up and running is just going to be a grind, and I'm going to do that every week. Come out and tell you what's up next and what we have next. I would really like, my goal for next week, 7 days, is to have, other than the camera, record our next visit. And we'll see if we can get to the, I might have to buy what they call a video capture box or card, or it's a box that you can plug into your computer. I don't think it's old, so I don't think it takes the SIM card that came with the camera. And so I'll look into that this week. But yeah, there's nothing on the front of that thing except, USB ports. So, well, guys, give me some comments, share the video, like it, subscribe it, and it's going to be quite a machine, when we get all of this done. Lots to do and keep me busy. Thank you very much. Bye now.